Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. Today we are doing one more Toggles game, and yeah, I'll probably mix them in some in the future if you guys are actually still enjoying. Here is Toggles in the top right, and he's against a Terran player down here in the bottom left that I've just labeled as a 2500 plus Terran. Definitely plus to there. This particular Terran is almost undefeated, very few losses at 2500. Well, 2550 actually. I don't like a lot of times I can figure out who's who on the ladder, but people do make new accounts and buy new accounts. Remastered is like, I think it's actually technically free with Game Pass, but I think to play it on ladder on your computer, it's probably $10 or something. So like, yeah, new accounts pop up. This guy is most likely a pro gamer. Okay, the way that ladder rankings work, like 2500 plus with like one or two losses, like it's insane. It's like you're probably much higher than that unless you just happen to go on like the hottest streak ever. And just to put it in perspective, right? So like the ladder has changed over time. And these numbers mean slightly different things. 2500 is really high. Like a lot of pros play between 23 and 2400. Because that's just kind of like where they're at as far as you know, leaving games occasionally because they have something else to do, and then also there's so many pros playing, and that's just kind of what it is. Wow, he actually checked for a proxy raxer. That's crazy. Anyways, he did an 11 gas, so that's a very, very fast gas. Not very common in this matchup, and in fact, what he's doing is not very common. So the reason. Wow, this is wild. This Terran is actually going to go command center first. Holy crap. Okay, the reason, guys, I mentioned this briefly in the first time I cast Toggles, that I really don't like Toggles very much, is because he normally goes command center first. This is actually maybe the first time I'm ever going to see him go for this build, and look, he's still cross-scouting. My God. That's so funny. He's going to find him right away. So that actually gives him a lot of counterplay. If you find command center first right away, there are some good cheeses that you can use. But also you can just alter your build and expand faster too. So we'll see what he likes. He gets down here, but his factory's already started. And he's going to see, okay, it's command center first. Now Toggles is going to know a lot about command center first. Okay, yeah, let me finish the story that I was saying before. Okay, so like basically playing against command center first in Terran vs. Terran is very hard. Because first off, if you scout it, for me personally, if I scout command center first, with the first spawn I check, my win rate is like over 90%. If I scout it second or third position, my win rate drops to like 30%. It's insane, the difference between that. And so I was like, you know, one day I was like, okay, you know what? We're going to figure this out completely. Command center first. So I downloaded, like 150 Terran vs. Terran replays from Seawall and actually made a giant spreadsheet of all the build orders facing each other, win rates, all that stuff. Like I really went super deep. It took me hours and hours and hours. Toggles had played a lot of those games, and every single one of them was command center first. Every single one. And then I've played him on ladder and known he's going command center first and tried to cheese him, and I couldn't because he would sacrifice part of his economy to check for proxy raxes. So his command center first was like a weaker command center first that was better against cheeses because he would have that scout out more quickly and make sure that he wasn't about to die to like proxy racks and that type of thing. So anyways, I kind of grew to not really like Toggles play because of that. And now that I'm finally casting a Terran vs. Terran on this channel of him, he doesn't go for the build that I've literally seen him do 20, 30 times, something like that. I don't know the exact number, but it's a lot, guys. Okay, anyways, he has scouted this. You know, he did end up killing an SCV with it. It looks like he's going to be behind about 5 workers. 2 factories getting speed, so he's looking for a run by. Not a bad choice for Deja Vu because this is here and this is unbuildable terrain. So like you can't do a full block here unless you make a really gangly one out here. Right? It would take like 4 buildings, I believe, to get a full block off. But there are ways that you can put an additional building that screws it up so much that the Marines will end up killing vultures that try to get through. Anyways, it is the 2 factory speed. Looking over here, 2 starport for his opponent. This is so funny because this is literally what Togles does all the time. Is he goes command center first into 2 starport. Like, he loves that build. That's his #1 build. Now look, this is really good. See, he's put the depot here. This blocks up here, but you can see it's kind of far back. And then he puts an SCV here. So Togles runs in and snipes that, but another SCV comes down and blocks. Now this is going to do an unbelievable amount of damage. Oh my god. I mean, this is almost lights out right now. I can't imagine anyone losing from this position that Togles is in. So 2-port Wraith, like, he sees it. I'll be honest, you should probably make an engineering bay here. I hate engineering bay on 2 base, but like against 2-port Wraith, I think you really, really should. Because a lot of the power... Now, he killed so many SCVs, by the way. He was down 5, and now he's up 6. So that was an 11 SCV swing that we just saw from those 3 speed vultures running in. Absolutely hobbled this Terran player. This poor Barcode. Now, he lays some mines out. Okay, good. Let's see. Yeah, and he is getting eBay. He's getting... yeah, this is exactly what I think that you should do in this matchup. So me and Togles can agree on this 100%. I really actually like how he's played this game so far. It has been very honorable. A good way to play StarCraft. Now, 2 Wraiths flying across, but like he's already got so many missile turrets on the way. And the thing is, again, in my opinion, like normally a normal TVT, you don't get the engineering bay generally until you go up to 4 bases. Like after you start your 4th command center, you start your engineering bay so that you can get missile turrets. Before that, you try to deal with Goliaths. But the 2-port Wraith type of play or any Wraith play is trying to force you to make Goliaths so that you're spending a lot of your money on these anti-air units that will suck against Vulture tank. And what they generally do is go up to 5 factory really quickly, tank Vulture, and run you over because you're sitting there on like a medium amount of tanks and some Goliaths, and you have the Goliaths spread to stop Wraiths from hitting your SCVs, that type of thing. But Togles has basically shut that down with a lot of missile turrets. Really good play. The mines are going to slow anything from coming out. This is actually just really good from Togles. I really can't talk the trash that I want to talk. It's just this is some very solid play. Look. Okay, well, he's laughing, I guess, at his opponent because one of the mines hit the tank. That makes me feel like he's a little bit salty that his opponent went command center first, and he's... Maybe I'm projecting, but, you know, if he's laughing at him for running into a mine in this situation where he's already really far ahead, I can vibe with that. Like, this is what you get for going command center first, cross spawn. Now, some Vultures and Goliaths coming down. Looks like he wants to just pressure a little bit. I think he's just going to try to hold this high ground a bit. He's got these mines in a good spot. I actually didn't check if... I don't think he got Goliath range. That upgrade takes so long. It's so much long. It's 84 seconds. Siege is 50 seconds. It's like it takes forever to get Goliath range. Lot of Wraiths. You can see now, this is more Wraiths than a lot of times you'll see even with a 2-port Wraith. And in fact, he's still going for them. And that has really slowed down his factories. His factories are super slow here, which just kind of allows Togles to have more units. And you can see Togles splitting up, just trying to kill off this tank. Okay, he does a scan. I don't know if the scan... Oh my god, the mine actually hits there. Yeah, I guess that kind of worked out a little bit, but like he's going to lose these tanks. The thing is, when there's that many Wraiths and you're already taking damage on your Goliaths and you're already fighting tanks, you're not going to do well. You're not going to do well. Like the players that use like a Wraith tank composition, it used to be like a very... just keeps laughing. It used to be a very popular composition. It's really not nowadays. It's really more about macro focus, but like there's still a lot of the tactics are similar, where like, for instance, you whittle down the health on the Goliaths and you get them to the right number of Goliaths and everything, and then you can kind of overwhelm with the Wraiths, and then you snipe extra tanks, and suddenly you start just gaining value all over the place. Now, I do need to point out Toggles has his third base up. He's adding those factories really well. He's got his +1 over halfway done, and he's started the starport, so he's going towards +2. You can see the problem with the way that this build has worked out for our Barcode Terran is his minerals are super high because he's been spending so much on Wraiths as opposed to getting his factory ads. Okay? So, like, you need to get a lot of factories so that you can spend those minerals. But he's chosen instead to really focus on the Wraith play, which is kind of like counterintuitive because, you know, someone of Toggles level or any high StarCraft level will look at this and be like, yeah, I mean, you shouldn't have this many Wraiths, which is why he kind of got caught off guard with that attack. But you see, because he has that many Wraiths, he has far fewer units in general. So that's kind of like the issue that you're running into here. Now, Toggles is coming down. He's just going to try to break through here. He's actually got such a good amount of siege tanks. And you can see there is some targeting onto these Goliaths, and the Wraiths are just trying to overwhelm. And it looks like they will once again. Okay, so, like, yeah, he's overwhelming, but I think Toggles is also being caught off guard by just how many Wraiths there are. But again, he's paying the price by having 2,300 minerals. Now, he has a third gas, so he will be able to get into some more factories here, which is so important. It's really funny, because, like, you can look at this and be like, wow, his macro sucks. He's not a pro gamer, Artosis. But, like, this is a real thing that he's doing, where he's surprising you with how many he has, because you just shouldn't have this many. This is the wrong play, because you get so many minerals, you can't spend them. You just can't spend them, because you don't have the factories to buy mineral-based units. You know, Wraiths and tanks both cost 150, 100, and you mine minerals at way higher rate than gas. So yeah, it's a tricky thing, and it's why he keeps breaking these pushes of Toggles. But as long as Toggles, like, macros pretty well here and expands again, I think he's in a beautiful spot. Now, he does have the +1 armor coming. He's going to get that +2 attack. And look, he's trying to come in. He's trying to break once again. Look at the amount of Wraiths. He has just enough siege tanks here so that he can't quite be broken. Starting to add those factories. Realistically, we just need to see a bunch of factories go down. Like, he should just cut the production for a moment. Toggles just can't help but laugh, man. He is kind of a talkative player. I've had him ZZZ at me before in games. Not that I've played Toggles a ton of times. Like, 2 times, 3 times, something like that. And no wins, by the way, for anyone wondering. I have not defeated Toggles as of yet, as far as I know. All right, so this time he will kill the Wraiths. Wow, mass question marks. Oh my god, he's such a shit talker. Okay. I mean, Toggles has done a pretty good job here, and he's expanding to both corners as if he's like a Protoss or a Zerg player, so that's kind of an interesting take. When you expand like this, you can't defend both. So generally what you're doing is either keeping a lot of pressure on so that they can't really send units out, or saying, you know what, he might kill one, but I'll have the other one. Now, I don't think he's going to kill one because... What? You're going into 4... What is this Terran doing? What's going on here? All right, I think either he stopped playing or it's a broken replay at this point. Because... yeah, this doesn't really make sense. But the thing is, Toggle's side isn't broken. Normally, in a broken replay, both sides break. But Toggle's spending is pretty normal. He's transferring. He's microing correctly. We're going to do just a little bit of investigation here. Okay, so this game is super, super over. We're going to jump back and just see. Okay, he does have regular APM. Okay, so he was just not playing anymore. I think he lost too much stuff. See, I'm just checking this because it said 140. I'm like, okay, I guess there is a world in which he's a map hacker. that got much higher than he should, and he's just not very good. But honestly, even to get that high with map pack, you have to be pretty good. Yeah, he has like pretty normal speed throughout. Okay, yeah, I think he just kind of gave up when everything just went south. But yeah, kind of a risky play from him. I don't know. I think Togles actually put out a really good game here. I'm very much a fan of how he dealt with this. Even the speed run by. I really like speed openers against CC first on maps like this, where it's a lot harder to wall in completely. And you saw you got a ton of damage with that. Of course, if it doesn't work, you get in trouble as well. Anyways, guys, there's a Togles TVT. I hope you enjoyed this little foray into Togles. I will, if people want, I will keep an eye on his ladder account. He actually hasn't been that active on the ladder recently. Just to let you guys know, there wasn't like a super lot to choose from. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Peer pressure works. We'll see you next time.